Yo, what's up? So we're gonna be looking at the best Yukio slash Darkwing. In my opinion, I did get a max level. I also got Genesis on him, which I think is the best trait because of the different modes and the ability to place him around the map wherever you need. That's why I think Genesis over All-Star is better. I also got max stats on him. As you could see, the skill tree, I went full speed, and I think speed is better because it's just better DPS overall. The perks that I got to go with him go better with the low SBA. Yeah, but the speed path does boost strength by 5%, range by 5%, and it lowers the SBA by 10%, which is really good for what I'm going for, the type of build I'm going for. The other paths are not bad, but for the type of like tree I'm going down, I need the speed. So I got the perks that specifically work off of how good your speed is. Additional is one of my perks. I have two additionals actually. It does a 10% chance to attack again in rapid succession for 100% of the unit's damage. It's really good for attacking again. It's really good for SPA. So we're using that, like those two. And then I also have dodge, which is a 15% chance to dodge enemies' attacks or stun effects. Elemental resistance is a 25% decrease in elemental, a 25% boost in elemental damage. So it's boosts the damage that I would be doing to elements that are strong against me. So I'm just gonna cut over to Infinite. I'm gonna do a story Infinite. Yo, so I'm in the Infinite. I got enough money and everything for Yukio. So this is his first form. Right here, you can see his animation he's doing. He does 1.6k just from placement with a 3.5 SPA, 3.57. It's pretty good. His next upgrade looks like it just boosts his damage, so it's not horrible. Yeah, the attack stays the same overall. His damage isn't bad right now. I mean, just from upgrade 1, it went up double basically. It's 2.4. So it went up about 800. Next upgrade looks like it goes up even more. It goes up by, looks like 1,200. That's a pretty good spike in damage. His SPA stays the same. It looks like his attack is staying the same also. Okay. Ooh, this next one, he gets a new move, Slash Verde. So he also goes up by about 800 damage again. SBA goes down, which is really nice. His range goes up, which is also nice. Ooh, it's my favorite animation so far, I think. Yeah, it's really nice. Let's see. So looks like the next upgrade is going to give him even more damage, but nothing else really is going to change except for his damage. Okay. You go right to the next one. Again, you're going to see additionals hitting every now and then because, like I said, that's his perk that he has. He has, I don't see, I think it's just additional. So every now and then he's going to be hitting additionals, which makes him attack twice, which is basically like 0-second SPA, which is like amazing actually. Unlocks a new move, this next one. It looks like his SPA does go down though, like goes back up to 5. His range does get increased also. But he has 15,000 damage. You could see this. Okay, he gets a Cero. That's a really cool animation, to be honest. If you didn't know, the color of the moves and effects will change depending on what trait you have. So I have Genesis on my Dark Wing, so his Ceros are going to be green. If you had Bloodlust, it would be red, and if you had Corrupted, it would be purple. So I think that was a really cool touch. It's really good on them that they put that in. That's really cool. His final looks like it just goes up by 3k, which is that's still not bad. For 15k, that's kind of a big jump in cash, but he does get a new ability called Mercy. So it's a transformation. It unlocks moves depending on how much damage you did before you activate it. Okay, so it increases his stats based on how much damage he did. So it's from 450,000, so 0 to 450,000. So he's almost there in the second one. 450,000 to 1 million, and then 1 million plus. So it looks like it's three different conditions for that. Let me play some more just to see him get some more damage, and I'm gonna skip to where they're in the different phases, so we can see the different phases. Okay, so we're about to get the damage requirements for the different phases of the mode. Almost at 1 million. Okay, this is our 1 mil done. So let's do this one first before he does it. So this is stage 1. It's 23,000 damage, 6.5 SBA with 37 range. His range and SBA look like his range doesn't change. His SBA goes up from 5 to 6.4, so it's kind of a nerf on that. His damage does go up by quite a bit though. I'm gonna transform this one right now so it doesn't get. Okay, so the SPA does not change. The range actually goes up quite a bit. Goes up by like 3. And your damage does go down from the first transformation, but your SPA goes up, so it compensates. Let's look at the DPS. So the first phase, the DPS is 3.7. And the second phase, it's 4.2. So the DPS does actually go up from the phase. See the next phase. This is the final phase, the best phase that you can get him. So he has 19.4k damage with a 3.6 SPA. That SPA is actually insane. 47.8 range as well. That's crazy as well. That's a increase of like 10. Is DPS at 5.3k. So it went up 1,000 from this final form from the second one. I'm not really seeing a scenario on where you ever need the other two modes, I guess, unless the only way that you're gonna use these other two modes is if like you're doing a raid and you don't have enough time to get the final form. But the final is definitely the best here. We can look at buff real quick. So we can buff them real quick. It's gonna be a 40% buff here. Okay, a 48% buff. It's gonna be on the weakest one. Well, the first transformation. It's gonna be 35.1k. That's a substantial buff in damage there. So that's really good. 31.7k and 35. That's not that bad for the SPA fall off when you get there. I'm going to have to put another one down until you get to the last. Okay, and then it goes 28.6k That's actually really good because we have a 3.6 SBA. Again, the SBA is going to be really good because our perks, we have additional. We have a 20% chance to hit twice. So the more often we hit, the more often that's going to proc. So with this, it's definitely best to have a better, more fast SBA than to have a slower one, which is exactly what I was going for when I was making this. This is exactly why I think this is the strongest you can get Darkwing, to be honest. Because, I mean, with buff cycle, because like if you're gonna do Irwins, I mean you're gonna buff cycle, right? Like let's be honest. If you're gonna have Irwins, you're gonna buff cycle. These guys are gonna almost always be buffed at 50%. So 30k for, well, 28k for 3.6 is actually really good DPS. You can actually check and see what the DPS is. So the best, it goes 7.9k DPS. I think that might be one of the best DPS in the game, to be honest. 6.3 on that one, and then 5.4. So 7.9k DPS on the best Darkwing that you could possibly get for his speed. Yeah, so that's the that's really it, to be honest. I'm gonna be doing the rest of this infinite, but hope you enjoyed. Like if you want to, subscribe. See ya.